the final whistle is blown, that is when and its candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Behold, there are a lot of things that will be looked at again at the Supreme Court. The APC ruling All Progressives Congress will also go to the Supreme Court to also defend the mandate of their party and their candidates. Let's wait and see how it unfolds, but be sure that we will certainly give you updates as it comes through concerning this issue. But a lot of Nigerians are forming their own opinion. A lot of people are having their own thoughts and perspective towards this issue and development. Some are calling for Peter Obi, the Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar and the PDP to just accept defeat in good faith and allow President Bola Tinubu to continue with the job he had started, while some are saying no, he didn't get to that position on the right path, so why should he continue? We will definitely be taking more opinion. If you want to share any of your thought with us on the program this morning, let me reel out the phone number that you can call and be part of this conversation that we are having. 0700 010 961 961. I'm gonna call the number again, 0700 010 961 961, and let me call it the other way around, 070 0010 961 961. Let me call it again in this same manner, 070 0010 961 961. You can call and be part of the conversation this morning. Let's hear your thought on this issue. The election of 25th February 2023, INEC declared APC and its candidate President Tinubu winner. The Presidential Election Petition Court, led by Justice Haruna Tsammani, also on the 6th of September declared Bola Tinubu of the APC as the winner of the election. However, that didn't go down well with the Labour Party and its candidate, as well as Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party. And now they have headed straight to the Supreme Court. Just like they said, Atiku Abubakar now hitting 35 grounds, while Peter Obi with 51 grounds, challenging the outcome or declaration of President Bola Tinubu by INEC, and also the 5-man-led panel of justices led by Justice Haruna Tsammani's judgment, which was declared on the 6th of September. Let's wait and see what is happening, what will happen. And don't forget that you can also be part of the conversation by calling the studio line, just like I read out earlier, to hear what you have to say on this particular issue. There are other stories that we will be looking at this morning on the program, but this is where we started from. Let's take a look at more stories before we go on a break. Let's move to the Punch newspaper. This one says subsidy removal. TUC gives federal government 2-week ultimatum. Another ultimatum coming in. And we know already that the NLC have already given their own 3 weeks to the government, or indefinite strike. We're going to shut down the economy completely if actions are not taken. But let's see how it's gonna pans out. Although there was a meeting between the federal government and the NLC on Monday, but feelers that we got after the meeting was that it ended in a deadlock. Nothing. There is nothing positive to take home from that particular meeting. The Trade Union Congress has urged the federal government to hasten its plan to provide palliatives for federal government workers following the removal of the subsidy on premium motor spirit. The TUC also noted that workers were getting more impatient due to the hardship occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy. The TUC president, Comrade Festus Osifo, stated this during a meeting with the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, on Tuesday, September 19 in Abuja. The meeting was a follow-up to the September 4th meeting called on the instance of the minister to address the demands of organized labor. Osifo said workers were facing enormous pressures that are making life very difficult indeed, which makes the leadership of the TUC have sleepless nights. The TUC president said, and I quote, "Congress was hopeful that between the next 2 weeks, President Bola Tinubu would have done everything possible to arrive at a conclusion which the workers are eager to hear in order to douse the tension and threat for withdrawal of services." Director Press and Public Relations Ministry, Director Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment Olajide Oshondun said this in a statement before the meeting went into a closed door session, and I'm going to quote that what he said. After the meeting, the TUC said it held fruitful discussions and hoped that the government will live up to its promises and responsibility for ensuring the welfare of workers and Nigerians in general. The statement said. Lalong said he called the meeting to brief the leadership of the TUC on its effort made by the federal government to address their grievances. The minister in the company of the Minister of State Nkiruka Onyejiocha told the TUC that after their last meeting, he met with President Bola Tinubu to highlight some of the issues raised by organized labor. He appealed to the TUC to exercise more patience, explaining that before the president left for the United Nations General Assembly in New York, he was fully briefed and gave further directives on the implementation of issues put before him, particularly when he met with the labor leaders. Before the meeting went into a closed-door session, the minister thanked the TUC accepting to come for the briefing, noting that it showed that they are committed to the Nigerian project and are open to dialogue for greater industrial harmony. The statement said some of the demands of labor are wage awards, tax exemptions and allowances to public sector workers, provision of compressed natural gas buses, the release of modalities for the 70 billion naira for small and medium enterprises, release of officials of the National Union of Road Transport Workers by the police, amongst others. Also speaking via his official X handle, formerly known as Twitter, the minister said, and I quote, "I had the privilege of meeting with the leadership of the Trade Union Congress once again, marking the second time in as many weeks. My purpose was to personally update them on the effort that the federal government has been making to address their concerns since our last meeting," he tweeted. In the company of the Minister of State, Honorable Nkiruka Onyejiocha, I spoke to the TUC members, explaining that following our previous meeting, I had a conversation with the president. Yes, he went further to say, I implore the TUC to exercise patience. For how long? That is the question that a lot of Nigerians will be asking. Would Nigerians have been patient enough with the government? For how long would Nigerians continue to be patient, especially the federal civil servant, the federal workers? A lot of things has happened since the last meeting. Cost of living has skyrocketed astronomically. The hardship is increasing as every day go by, but the purchasing power of average Nigerian worker still remain the same. So for how long do you want them to be patient? Really, if you ask me, I am not a pessimist, neither am I an optimist. I am a realist. I see things the way they are, and we talk about them, how it affects Nigerians. Time is not on my side to talk more, but we will continue after this break. We will be going to pay some bills. When we come back, in the next segment, we will be reaching out to our guest analyst, Mr. El-Rufai, Oseni, who together we will be looking at these issues and more. Stay with Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and please don't change your dial. My name is Aliu Doma.
Variety is the spice of our station.
Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. Now you have a voice.
Yeah. VOBTV. VOBTV. Yeah. VOBTV.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOPTV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOPTV, show up, speak up.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold the ice cream.
Delight in every school.
Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream.
At number 4,
Area 8, Biki Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwarimpa Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Romeo'sPizza.ng.
website
www.romeo'spizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Have you heard about the Global Win? With the Global Win, you can play the national study game and win up to 5 million naira worth of scholarships, covering your tuition fee to study in the finest private universities in Nigeria, and $30,000 worth of scholarships, covering your tuition fee, visa, flight, and accommodation in US, UK, and Canada. You can also play and win the vacation of your dreams. Win up to $5,000 for a trip to Maldives, Barbados, and Qatar. To be part of this, log on to www.theglobalwin.com/register. You can call us on 0907 000 0222. Register and grab your tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Are you traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me, believe me, believe me.
Alright, welcome back and thanks for staying with Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Front page review is what you're listening to, and it's time for us to link up with our guest analyst, Mr. El-Rufai, Oseni, who together we will be having a fruitful conversation, hopefully, if he gets to pick our call, and we will continue to try to establish contact with him until when he is ready. We have looked at a lot of headlines together this morning, and we form a lot of opinion, where I encourage you to also call in and share your thoughts on some of the stories. This one that we will be resuming with is on the Punch newspaper, and it says tension rises as 8 soldiers corpse feared killed in Imo. The Imo State Police Command has vowed to fish out the killers of the security operatives who were on Tuesday murdered in Umualumaku, a Himembano local government area of the state. Gunmen on Tuesday unleashed mayhem in that community in Ehime Mbano local government area of Imo State, killing about 8 security operatives comprising soldiers, policemen, and men of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The incident, which happened at about 9:30 a.m., caused panic amongst residents of the area. It was gathered that members of the Joint Task Force who were in 2 Hilux vans were killed. And it's now our guest analyst has joined us. Let's get our conversation right on the way. Mr. El-Rufai, Oseni, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Bless you, my brother Ali. Bless you. God bless you. Bless Abuja.
All right, bless you too. Let's start with this one that I was looking at. Tension rises as 8 soldiers caught fear killed in Imo. I'm sure you've seen the video, and you've will be able to form opinion on what is happening in Nigeria. We've been talking about issue of insecurity, and yesterday we saw another dimension of insecurity where a gunman laid ambush and killed both soldiers, police officers, and civil defense officers, burned them into ashes. What a sad situation we found ourselves in this country. Hello. Hello, Mr. El-Rufai, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ali.
All right.
So as I was saying, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
So as I was saying, Ali, it's so sad the insecurity going on in Imo State. And Imo State used to be very peaceful, Ali. That's the shocking thing. Of this, people have used to politics. All of this is that prison attack in Imo. It's been a hotbed. You know, we had some guests on television yesterday. I was talking about the fact that Imo is not safe and secure, and hence this attack happened. We have to beg the political actors, if they can, into the conscience of Imolites. And please, let peace reign. And you know, elections are coming up now. And see the high level of insecurity. I just hope the elections go peacefully and are not bloody.
We hope so.
Because even look at the last election. People could hardly do elections in Imo. Look at the discrepancy. Most polling units, because of violence, nothing happened.
Yeah.
So violence is the order of the day. We need Imo to speak. Please, we have to call on all and sundry to make Imo a safe and secure, sound place used to be before again. Please, because there is no way you want to develop this for political actors. There is no how you're going to develop this for political actors. And it is sad to Imo. That's why you see you have high unemployment rates. Disability index in Imo is one of the in the last 3 months, the first quarter of the year, Imo State ran out of the other 28 states in Nigeria that did not have any means of investment, foreign investment coming in because of all these problems. It's sad, very sad.
Very sad indeed. Still within the security sector, there is this headline, or story rather, on the Vanguard newspaper that says Rivers police move to recover remains of slain DPO, kill 4 cultists. This is also another security breach, talking about security operatives being killed. A DPO who was killed a couple of days ago in Rivers State, and now there is this news about that story. The police in Rivers State have killed 4 suspected kidnappers in Odemudie Forest, Ahoda East local government area of the state, and all of this is in a bid to recover the remains of the divisional police officer of Ahoda Division, Bako Angbashim, a superintendent of police who was killed by cultists terrorizing Ahoda communities. If at all a DPO can be killed, and now in Imo, security operatives ambushed and killed. In Niger, another security agencies being killed, operatives killed rather. What do we do in this country? How would a common man on the street feel at this moment?
My brother, if you ask me, now what will go ask now?
I mean, Mr. Rufai, the situation is really scary.
It's really scary. And it's near madness. It's near madness what is going on. It is not even worse than madness. Look at the thing. Look at the insecurity in River State. Cultism everywhere. Just only yesterday, let me also link that story. So the state where like 10 people were killed for cultist activities.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yeah.
Now the government is maybe death penalty. So we are already building a scourge of cultism on our hands. And that's why I keep begging the political actors, because you see, one of those that give oxygen to the political actors are the cultists, and the political actors. They use these people for elections. They are ready for fair activities. That's why we keep begging them to please stop. And we need to fix the society and create jobs. Look at River State. River State used to have Michelin plants in River State. Tire making. They had infrastructure, they had companies. You know, I was at a conference in Paris where I met with those that did the impact assessment plan of the exits.
Okay.
Michelin plant backups. And they were talking about civil strife, youth restiveness and things like that to happen once all those factories, those industries left. Because when you look at it, no jobs, and the return to politicking. The biggest industry now is the industry of politics. All sorts of shenanigans going on. All sorts of, we should just solve the problem. And how do we solve it? We take step. What are the steps? Step number 1, call the political actors to order. Step number 2, provide jobs. Environment. Step number 3, constant rehabilitation of the family system. And we need to redirect values in society, or else we are losing the country to insecurity, massive levels of insecurity.
Yeah, Mr. Rufai, I was even saying something. I think a couple of days ago I went live on my Facebook page to talk about suggesting something like a subject into our curriculum right from primary school, talking about national unity, on how divided Nigeria has become along ethnic line, religious, and also national security.
We do it already. It's in civics now. It's in social studies. It's in civics.
No, I mean,
we do civics.
Yes, but we don't give it the full attention and full value, because I look at it from what we are passing through now. It's going to be a better situation when we look at it as a subject on its own, because of how important it should be.
Attention on it. There's full attention on it. Young stars, children in primary schools know it. We do civics. We have clubs in primary and secondary school. The real problem religious societal actors. It's not a case of curriculum. The real problem is religious societal actors. In fact, we have all those things codified. We do it. We have clubs. We are talking about scourge of drug abuse. I know NDA has clubs in different secondary schools.
Yeah.
How
far reaching? No. How far reaching?
It's far reaching enough, because one of those things also need is great awareness. But the major societal actors, the drug baron, drug roots, that's what you should deal with. That's what you should deal with. Why do you think Americans were on the trails of people like the Chapo? Because they know it's through them, the Sinaloa cartel, the because they know it's through them that this drug come into the system and people take them and kill them. Why is America after those that are making fentanyl? Because they know it's through these cartels, these medical people. So please, what should be done is more importantly crush those actors. Okay, you see all these court rivalry groups. I can tell you for free, even if they are apprehended, you will not start seeing how much connected they are to one man at the top somewhere. It's a country for the big men by the big men and the big men alone. But you can't build society. That's what we are calling rule of law. It's not the rule of highest bidder. So once you have that, then society can become a lot better. So you need to remove all those encumbrance. Because on those list level, it's not about curriculum. You have that in civics, you have that in every ramification.
All right.
Why is it not working? Because the big boys are enticing the small people.
All right, I don't know whether there is a video that has been trending on social media, although you might need an interpreter to interpret that for you, where we saw some army officers in uniform. I think there are some police officers as well there, because I saw something like police camouflage there on that video with a lot of bandits, allegedly from Katsina, where the one of the soldiers there was making a phone call, calling his colleague who were supposedly walking by the roadside, that the Fulanis are coming and that they should not touch them. They are just coming to pass. Nobody should engage them. They will pass peacefully and there is nothing they should do to them. And all of those Fulanis, there are many of them on motorbikes bearing arms. And now the defense headquarters are saying, this headline on The Guardian says, defense headquarters investigates video of soldiers engaging bandits in Katsina. The defense headquarters has said it is investigating a viral video showing soldiers engaging with bandits. According to its spokesman, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, the attention of the authorities was drawn to a trending clip of some soldiers engaging with bandits somewhere in Katsina state. I don't know whether you saw the video.
One, I have not seen the video. I don't know the authenticity. But we must not have a country where soldiers are the ones saying bandits should pass. But I must have to say I have not seen the video, and with my journalistic training, what I have not seen, and I can't attend it, I don't comment on it. So they say they should do their investigation.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking in general terms. We must not have a country where bandits are allowed to go, where people are allowed to carry guns and just roam like that, and they are not state authority or law enforcement. If you have that, then you have a proliferation of arms, then you have chaos. And the problem with Nigeria is too much proliferation of arms.
Certainly.
Too much arms everywhere.
Yeah.
Too much arms everywhere. Proliferation of arms everywhere. And we must be able to quell that. So they should investigate, and they must give us a reasonable conclusion to their investigation. If they don't, it presents danger for all of us. Pure and simple. We don't have a country that will.
All right, talking about this other story on the Vanguard presidential poll, Abuja can't be 37th state. Atiku Obi tells Supreme Court. Just like they promised, or like they said rather, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP and also Peter Obi of the Labour Party have approached the Supreme Court with their various grounds. Atiku with 35 grounds challenging the declaration of INEC, declaration of Atiku, President Bola Tinubu as the winner of February 25th election, as well as the judgment passed by the Presidential Election Petition Court as well on 6th September 2023. Peter Obi, on the other hand, has filed a 51 grounds challenging same outcome. What should we expect, or what are your thoughts about these issues?
I mean, the grounds they challenge based on, because as a fact now the case is subject, so there's no opinion I can give. Is the call that we speak. The grounds they challenge are still on the grounds with them. They talked about the 25%. They talked about the use of IRF. You know, that IRF should be for coalition, you know, based on the law that court heard in that. They talked about the use of, you know, grievers. I think they talked about what's it called? I said 25% electoral malpractice, weakness and their depositions. They also brought up the case of European Union report again. So it's still for a couple of the issues with them. Let's see how it pans out in the law courts. That's just it, pure and simple.
All right, this one is on this Guardian newspaper that says Sun urges manufacturers to comply with quality assurance standard. Director General Standard Organization of Nigeria, Farouk Salim, has advised manufacturers to standardize their product and carry out necessary quality assurance procedures for the best quality to promote economic growth. Salim stated this during a one-day general sensitization workshop organized by Sun with the theme Promoting Export and Economic Growth via Standardization and Quality Assurance in Akwa Ibom State. My question here is that, Mr. Rufai, what is happening in Nigeria where we are seeing something that is not supposed to be happening, especially in our products in this country? Now that, yes, we know cost of production has astronomically gone up, but you discover that what you used to buy, the price has gone up, and the quantity, sometimes the quality, has also dropped. I thought when we have increase in the price, the quantity and quality should remain static.
I mean, as I go, the truth is standards are falling, and we must be able to improve on standards. And it's just part of the holistic malaise that we are facing as a nation. And let's watch it. So we need to be able to watch it. Have a great day, my brother. God bless you. And please don't forget to support the elderly care bill. Yes, it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rufai. Wonderful time with you as always. That was Mr. Rufai Oseni, who has given us his own thought and perspective to some of the stories that we have looked at today. Before we wrap up on the show, we will be able to take a couple of calls. That is, if you can call through, I think we will be able to muscle in a call or two. We have 4 minutes, and we will use that 4 minutes to look at this story as well while we anticipate your call. 0700 010 961 961. That is the number to call. Let me call the number again. 0700 010 961. You can call normal call, or you send an SMS, or you want to use the WhatsApp portal. Fine, same number works for our WhatsApp handle. You can use it to call us via the WhatsApp, or you drop your WhatsApp message. This is on the Punch newspaper, and it says Dangote refinery imports crude as NNPCL swaps oil for loans. The writer on this story are two, and it says Dangote expect crude from NNPC November, begins operations October, and the second one is $3 billion crude for loan deals. Others put pressure on local supply. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is currently importing crude oil and expect its first crude cargo in 2 weeks' time. The executive director of Dangote Group, Deva Kumar Edwin, has revealed, although the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited trades crude oil on behalf of Nigeria, Edwin, in an interview with S&P Global Commodity Insight on Monday, said the NNPCL had committed its crude to other entities. The Dangote refinery boss did not disclose the other entities receiving the oil company's crude, but NNPC disclosed last month it had entered into a $3 billion crude oil for loan deal with African Export-Import Bank. The deal allowed the company to pledge future oil production to the bank as repayment for the loan. Is it holistic? Is it the total sum of production that would be given to the Afrexim Bank as their loan repayment? I don't really know, but let's go into details of this story. Also, NNPC source told the Punch on Tuesday the company had entered into a crude oil contract with a number of entities, a development that made it impossible for the organization to meet Dangote's need earlier. A top official of the oil company, however, said plans were already underway to ensure Dangote's refinery's crude oil needs were met in November. Also, Edwin pointed out that the importation of crude by Dangote refinery was temporary, as the firm would receive supply from NNPCL from November. Edwin went ahead to state that the firm will begin the production of up to 370,000 barrels per day of crude that would give rise to automotive gas oil, popularly called diesel, and jet fuel in October 2023. For premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, the Dangote Group's boss said the plant would produce it by November 30th, 2023. This came as oil marketers stated that the prices of diesel and jet fuel will only crash when the Dangote refinery starts receiving crude oil from Nigeria and not by importing crude. Meanwhile, Edwin stated in the interview that the Dangote refinery would initiate a gradual increase in petrol production, aiming to reach an impressive 650,000 barrels per day by November 30th. He emphasized the refinery's readiness to receive crude oil, stating, "Right now, I'm ready to receive crude. We are just waiting for the first vessel, and so as soon as it comes in, we can start." Regarding the shift in the original timeline, Edwin clarified during his conversation with SMP that the NNPCL had already committed their crude oil to another entity on a forward basis, causing a temporary delay. He said the setback was momentary and the refinery will soon run exclusively on Nigerian crude oil as from November 2023. It was also gathered on Tuesday in Abuja that the NNPCL had entered into crude oil supply commitment with other entities. Now, me thinking out loud here with this issue, for Dangote refinery to start production with an imported crude oil, automatically the price of its outputs or its product is going to be on the high side. So what then will be the benefit? Because if at all, one thing in Nigeria that we know that if things goes up, they hardly come down. If Dangote refinery start producing and selling its product as a result of importing crude oil, when the price is high, even when they start buying from Nigeria, I think it's going to be very difficult for the price to come down. Is this a strategy for Dangote refinery to sell its product at a higher rate? Because Nigerians are expecting, very optimistic, that if he starts production, talking about Dangote refinery start production, we will get